Okay, we have head coach Earl Holmes, cornerback Patrick Aiken, and quarterback Damian Fleming. We'll start with Coach Holmes giving opening statement.
Well, first and foremost, I think, it's the reason why you come and play these games. Let you know exactly where you are as a team. And looking back at it, it's the reason why Ohio State's the number 3 team in the country. They run the ball well. They play the run well. They pass the ball as well. They got a solid special teams. So, our thing was to go out and not beat ourselves, just go out and play football. I thought we had some chances to make some plays, and they made the plays and we didn't. But again, it starts with the head coach. The guys won that championship, so they're a pretty good football team. But I thought we could play a little better. They're a lot better today.
At this time, we open up for Q&A.
Coach, can you talk about that interception that early in the game and just what you felt at that point? I mean, did you feel like you had a team that can compete?
That's what you have to capitalize on. Anytime you're playing a good team like Ohio State, you can't beat yourself. When we came out and it was a game opening drive, we had a chance to get an interception and start on our 20, but we ended up fumbling the ball. They got the ball back, and again, they took the momentum away from us. We had a chance to take the momentum from them and slow the game up a little bit and gather our thoughts and start playing football. We found a way to kick ourselves in the butt.
Coach, what did you tell the team after the game?
Well, honestly, you can't beat yourself. That's a good football team, and they don't win a lot of games. But most importantly, you got to understand, you got to take advantage of every situation, like you just talked about earlier with the interception and forcing the interception. You can't do that, so we'll block punts. A good team will find that and then capitalize on it, and once you get down, they'll keep you down. So we got to find a way to stay in the game and continue to play for 60 minutes, and we can't turn the ball over. We can't afford to miss big opportunities.
Coach, how did you keep them when the score started getting real out of hand? How did you keep these guys motivated, inspired to play on the sideline?
Well, it's a matter of pride. We play this game and we understand that any given Saturday, anything can happen. It's pretty much, what guys put on film is what we're going to see and talk about the next day. And we'll look at it. We got a chance to play some young kids, and some guys caught our eyes, which is a good thing. But most importantly, you want to see who's going to play the game out, and regardless of the score, do the fundamental things. And that's just running, blocking, catching, and tackling.
Patrick, can you take us through the sequence of events leading up to that fumble and just what happened in there?
I got caught up in the moment, actually. I made a mental error. I should have just kneed the ball. In the end zone, we started on our own 20. But it was just like a mental error.
Was it on the tackle or did somebody punch it out?
I actually was stumbling, and I tried to catch myself. Some guy came hit me from the side. Ball fell out.
What's that moment like though when you intercept Ohio State on the first drive? How you feeling?
I mean, it's a good feeling, but like Coach always said, you can't go 1 for 1. I made the interception, but then again, I fumbled the ball, so it ain't way out like how it's supposed to. Took the momentum away from us.
Coach, did you talk to the guys on the field before you came off the field?
Yeah, that's what I talked about. The fundamental things, like the guys said earlier, it's about that. The team that blocks well, runs well, tackle well, that's team gonna win a football game. And again, you can't afford to give a good team like that, any kind of opportunities. And we did that. And again, it started with the first drive. It seemed like once we thought we had the big momentum behind us and we ended up losing it, we never rebound. But that's a good football team. But defensively, I thought we played not bad. You look at the numbers and you say, well, God, the guys gave up 70-something points. But you look at it, they drove on us a couple of times in the first half, but they ended up trying to go for it on fourth downs a couple of times. But you want to get off the field in that situation. But at the same time, we got to find a way to get off the field. But again, just driving 80 yards makes the game a lot tougher for an opponent than to drive 40 yards in.
Did you have any issue with them throwing up 6 or 7 touchdowns there late in the first half?
No, not at all. We don't want to pity party. Those guys working on some things, and you got some backup guys in there. We're trying to do some things and trying to find out what type of team you guys have here. And at the same time, you're trying to prepare for your next opponent as well as we. Like I said, we played a couple of freshmen who showed some fight and showed some heart, and that's going to make the team better. So I don't have a problem with that. I don't expect the coach to kneel, expect the coach to do this or that. You play the game. You play it for 60 minutes. I have no problem with that at all.
you feel like you'll be able to turn this into a positive going forward?
Well, yeah. Once we look at it, sometimes when you watch film, it's never good as it looks. It's never bad as it seems. So we look at it and we evaluate it and find out exactly what we're doing right and what we need to work on. But most importantly, I thought again, some guys played for 60 minutes. Guys went out and they competed. But we gotta get off the field on third downs as well as get some first downs, get the drive going. So we gotta learn how to complement each other. What I mean by that is, you can't go 3 down on offense, then the defense come on, they gotta play a 15 or 16 play drive. We gotta find a way to sustain some drives and keep the defense off the field as well as fight for field position for special teams.
Jamie, talk about what were you seeing from the defense that just kind of delayed or caused some of the plays to break down, that where you got sacked, where you had to be scrambling all around?
I mean, some just broken plays. Their defense was doing a lot of moving, a lot of post-snap moving, trying to kind of confuse me a little bit. Some I had to throw in the dirt because if I did put it right, it was supposed to be, maybe it was turned into a worse play. But their defense, just some fast guys, and they were just making plays. And we had a couple chances to make some plays, trying to get momentum, but their defense made the plays.
Coach, what was gained today from your perspective, and was it worth it coming up here?
Well, you're talking to a former guy that played in the NFL for 10 years. It's always worth it. You have some guys that have aspiration playing on Sundays. There's a lot of guys who play today will be playing on Sundays. So you find out exactly where you fit. You got to understand it's a team game. And you got to win your individual matchup. And that's what it's all about. Sometimes a guy can have a solid game and the score to indicate that. That's why you watch the film. But most important, give guys a chance to play in front of 100,000 people, to understand what the atmosphere is like, to embrace it. In fact, I think you come together, as a team, because the only people that's going for you is guys with the same colors that you have on. And you find a way to try to silence the crowd. Again, it's a win-win thing. I never think it's a loss, because of the fact is, you look at it, again, we had a chance to steer momentum here or there, but we made some play. We didn't make the play we were supposed to make, and the game kind of got out of hand. But overall, you kind of love this game because it's easy to get your kids up for the game, but they have to understand it and see it on film, and we all learn from it. You can't afford to turn the ball over to beat a good team. You can't do it.